reading a book by him right now about holy discontent. He came up with this theory, holy discontent. Basically what it means is that some of the things that really bother you, the things that you cannot stand in this life, maybe it could be in the church, maybe it could be wherever it is. Some of the very things that gnaw at you and that bother you and just really set you off could be signposts to your purpose. They could be signals calling for you to do something about it. You know, too many people sit and love to play armchair quarterback and say, well, if I was in that position, I would have done it this way. Well, why don't you do it that way? Why don't you stop sitting on your tail and criticizing and saying, hey, maybe there's a better way to do this, and why don't you stand up and say, maybe there's a better way to do this? Too many people love to play the armchair quarterback or the backseat driver. You know, I love my wife right now, but I'm going to complain about her for a moment. When we drive to places, sometimes we've never been there before, whatever. We'll put it in the navigation system. I'll type it in there, tell me how many miles, gives me a little yellow line to follow to get there, what routes to take and everything, and we'll get on our way. So we'll be like a quarter of the way there or whatever, and she'll start saying, you should get off right here. Well, I'm sorry, but navigation didn't tell me to get off right here. And it never seems to fail that any time that I've chosen to listen to her over the system, we usually end up somewhere we shouldn't, needless to say. But I say all that to say that that bothers me about my wife. There's nothing I can do about it. That was just me. But look, there are things that do bother you that you can do something about. And you know, my wife does that, and I was just using that as an example. Unfortunately, that's a habit of hers. I'm trying to break her of it, so pray for her. And don't give her the CD, or don't tell her you heard this. But a lot of people do that with things. They think that there is a better way to get somewhere, there's a better way to do something, never having been there themselves, but there'll be somebody to get up and say something about it. Perhaps you're the very person for the job. And when you have this holy discontent, this thing that says, this isn't right, this is an injustice, something needs to be changed about this, then maybe you're the person to get up and change it. And too many people get stopped with that fire, that thing on the inside of them that's gnawing at them. Look, I became a pastor because I used to listen to teaching on the radio, and I didn't like some of the stuff that was taught. I became upset at some of the guys in the Word of Faith movement. I thought they were teaching error, and it used to burn me up inside. It used to burn me up inside when I talked to conservative Christians who didn't believe in the power of the Holy Spirit, didn't believe in miracles, didn't believe in all this stuff, and I'd want to grab them and shake them and smack them, and probably not the most loving thing to do, but there was something on the inside of me that said, there has to be something more. Somebody isn't saying this. So there you go. There's my calling.